What is it about P.T. Barnum that most people would be surprised to hear about?
Well, a lot of things to begin with, which is why the book took me an entire year, half a year to research it, half a year to write it, because he was overwhelming in everything he did and everything he accomplished. But I'll tell you, 5 days before he died, he basically left one of his biggest secrets. 5 days before he died, he's on his deathbed. He knows he's going to die. And he said he owed his wealth to the newspapers of the world. And what he meant by that, because it'd be extended today, is that publicity was his best friend. And when people have come to me for consulting, especially in business and especially in the early days when it was all about marketing and all about copywriting, and they would come to me looking for advice on some things maybe they weren't doing, the number one thing that P.T. Barnum did that virtually everybody in business is not doing is he befriended the media. He knew that the media, back then largely just newspapers, but he knew they were starving. They were starving for news. He provided the news. He provided stories, which is, it's interesting that stories is one of the lost secrets from the Bruce Barton book, telling stories about your business. P.T. Barnum knew that not only do they want stories, but they want those stories fed to them on a regular basis to make their job easier. Meaning the newspapers at the time would write about Jenny Lind, which was the opera singer he brought over, or they would write about Jumbo, which was the giant elephant he brought from London. They'd write about General Tom Thumb, which was the 3-foot little boy who would never grow up, because these were stories that Barnum fed the media, and the media wanted a good story. When the media ran the story, it was free advertising for the man. And so one of the things that most people don't know is that he leaned on publicity. And one of the things most people don't think of is that you can use publicity for your own business. And I don't care if you're a plumber or if you got a Fortune 500 company, you can use publicity. You have to think like a reporter. You have to think like a journalist. You have to think in terms of stories and what interests their audience. But if you can match that, then P.T. Barnum's success can also be yours.